Welcome back, everyone. It's that time of year again when I get to share with you all the purchases I made for my channel here at Massabesic Gold and Silver. Lots of currency for the winter of 2024, so I hope you stick around to the end. I am Dean with Massabesic Gold and Silver. Thank you so much for choosing my channel today and checking out my content. And of course, I'd love for you to put in the comments what you think of this video. Okay, first up is this beautiful 1937 $1 Canadian bill. This is just a really nice example. I did not have graded examples of the $1, and if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know I've been trying to put together a really nice collection of the 1937s. These are just really one of my favorite Canadian bills to collect. And right here you'll notice it says wide signature panel. Well, that has to do with this panel here and this combination, the signature combination of Gordon Towers. With this one, there are two varieties. You have the wide panel and the narrow panel. This is absolutely a wide panel, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But I wanted to show you the reverse of this really beautiful bill. It just has such great detail, such a great allegory. Overall, this is just a beautiful, beautiful example. And this note with two others came up for auction from a gentleman out of Arizona, and he started them really low, fair price, and I thought, hey, what the heck, I'll go ahead for it, and started making some bids, and I actually ended up winning all three. So this is also a 1937. You can see a nice gem grade here. I do like the quad 5. I know that does not add any value to this this note, but I do like the quad 5. It's a lot of fun. But this is the coin towers combination, and you'll notice that it shares the same as the wide signature panel. You'll see the panels are exactly the same, the print is exactly the same, except the signatures are different. And again, with the Gordon Towers combination, you get the wide panel variety, and then you get the narrow panel variety. And the easiest place to see the difference is right there above King George the Sixth portrait. So I do have to try to find a nice example of a narrow panel, but I will get there. But both of these are just really, really nice quality notes that I'm glad I was able to add to the collection here at Massabesic Gold and Silver, if I can get these to stay. Oh, boy. All right. I also bought a $10 that he also had up. I really like the color of this note. The details of this note is just fantastic. And you'll just see just how, the quality of this note. I just think it's awesome. Again, the signature combination of coin and towers, just really, really, really a beautiful note. Overall, the colors are just really nice and bright for a nice 63 EPQ attribution there as well. I do like the little allegory here on the back, but again, the detail on this note is just phenomenal. The other example I have of this is actually in that AU grade, and you really can't tell too much of a difference. It's just really, both examples are beautiful, and I'm glad that I have added this to the collection as well. And for all three of these notes, it was very reasonable. I'm really glad it was a fair auction. And I got a little bit of a deal on the three of the notes altogether. So that was really fantastic for me to get. So let's move on. I have been buying a lot of fancies, so I wanted to share with you just two. This is a nice radar note. I picked this up on Heritage Auctions. And this was actually a nice choice grade with the EPQ, but this was part of a pair. And here is the other one that I bought with it. So this is a 1981 here, also a radar. This is what they call a true radar because of the F and the F being at both ends of the serial number. So it reads F0700070F, forwards and backwards. So I've been getting into fancies. I've been enjoying it. To me, it makes it a little bit more fun. With the collecting of these, and it was really cool too to get the two serial numbers. I'm not sure if I'm going to sell the other one here and just keep one example, or I might end up keeping both. I don't know yet, but I do have more fancies to share with you, and that'll be coming in later videos. I do have a coin here. This came up for auction on eBay, and this is my favorite toning. I am a complete sucker for this toning. I will buy one of these at auction anytime, especially if it's a fair auction, and the auction was. He started at $1, and I ended up getting this for a little over $100. This is just my favorite type of toning. A lot of the old A&A holders, the soapbox holders, you'll find that a lot of coins will have a similar toning to this coin here. And I wonder if this coin may have come out of one of those old soapbox holders. I'm not really sure. It is graded by CACG, but this is my favorite toning. It really is. I like the kind of almost blast white in the center, and then you have this really beautiful golden color on the edge with then these deep cobalt blues, almost neon in some places, just really beautiful. This was a relatively cheap coin. Like I said, I got it for a little over $100 in a nice fair auction on eBay. And I say fair because it wasn't an inflated buy it now price, and it didn't seem like there was somebody bidding against me every single time, which sometimes maybe it is. Somebody was just interested in the coin too. In this case, I seem to be the only one really interested in this coin. It is a common date, but like I said, I'm a real sucker for this type of toning. It's just really a beautiful, beautiful color overall. On a nice common date, 64. These are not expensive anyway, and this type of toning isn't for everybody. Some people just kind of see it more of a distraction than anything else. A lot of people are looking for those monster toning, or toners, I should say. But for me, this is the toning. I buy this all day long. So if you find coins like these and you're like, hey, we need a sucker, you can always call me, because I just love this, especially right here by the United. This is just beautiful, beautiful toning to me. Just all those different colors. On a great common date, which is nice. I like toning on common dates because it just makes it a little bit more unique. The 87 being as common as it is, you can pretty much find those anywhere, especially in Mint State 64. Let's see if I can get it to stay. Some more currency here. I wanted something from World War II era. And I decided, hey, I would love to get the pair of an R and an S experimental note, because I wanted something from, like I said, the World War II era. And these are relatively inexpensive, especially in the grade very fine 25. These are a little almost a little under $200 each. Really less than that. I think I got the pair for $360 some dollars. Not together. I purchased them separately. This one here I purchased on eBay, the S note, and the R note I purchased on Heritage. I do like the quad threes. I know I'm such a nerd. That does not add any value. I just think it looks nice. But both of these are just really, really nice notes, and I definitely wanted to get the same grade for both, and I was able to accomplish that. Here is my absolute favorite purchase of this year. This was purchased on at auction on Heritage, and basically with the buyer's premium, it came to like $396. This to me is an exquisite note. I love the color. For a $20 gold certificate and my first purchase for a large note. I really wanted a portrait that had very little lines on it. You can see here there's very little folds or lines on it. Washington's face is not obscured in any way. Again, I didn't want to see a whole bunch of lines and creases. And for the grade and the price, I thought I did pretty well. There are some other issues with this note, but we'll get into that a little later. The reverse of this note to me is beautiful. Again, very little creases, or I should say distracting creases. The color is fantastic. I love that the seal is relatively, unhindered by any types of major folds or creases. I fell in love with this note. I was looking at lots and lots and lots of these, and I just was like, wow, this is the one I want to buy, at least in my price range. You can go to the moon with these, and it's just not for me. Now, you will notice that it does have pinholes. Now, for some collectors, they will absolutely not purchase a note if it has pinholes. That's fine. That's not me. I'm not your guy. I'm your guy to buy a really nice looking note, even if it has pinholes. There are 8 pinholes altogether, and it's noted here on the back of this PMG graded note. And again, to me, it wasn't that big of a deal. I don't think it distracts from anything here on this note. The obverse, again, for this very fine 25 note, I think was fantastic. I went through many different auctions, sold upcoming ones on eBay as well for the very fine 25. Most of them had creases all over Washington's face. The folds were very distracting, at least to me. A lot of them just really looked really, really bad. And so when I saw this note, and yes, it has pinholes, you can see one there, but you can't really see the other ones here from the front of the note. But anyway, so when I saw this note and I saw that the creases were not that bad and that the pinholes were there, and that's probably what brought the grade down, I thought, hey, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to put in a strong bid and see if I can win this note. And obviously I did. Again, this isn't for every collector. I think a lot of people will just make jabs that, oh, I'm a coin collector that bought not a nice looking note. But to me, the seal, I really wanted this beautiful seal. Look at this. There's no creases on it. Like, that is super distracting. I'm not saying that this is a flawless note, because it's absolutely not. With the pinholes and on the reverse, the margins are uneven. So again, those are things for a lot of collectors they don't want to see on a note. But I still love it. This is my other large note that I purchased. I purchased from Dustin Whitty. I'm really happy with this purchase. This is a phenomenal note. I think I paid up a little bit on this note, but I think it was well worth it for the grade. I don't know a ton about grading, but when I sat down and started reading the grading from PMG, PCGS, and Legacy that my friend Dan had given me, I just don't know how this note is as low of a grade as it is. This is the iconic Black Eagle, as you can see here, beautiful. It has 2 presidents on it, Lincoln and Grant. Not only 2 presidents but it also 2 men that worked together during the Civil War to hold the Union together. The blue ink really does just fly off this note. It just pops off. It's just beautiful. The open areas, again, is beautiful. The reverse here of this note, I think, is just exquisite in my eyes. Again, I guess I don't have the eye yet for currency, but to me, this is a beautiful, beautiful note. The detail is just phenomenal. I personally cannot see major folds or creases in this note. And that to me is just yeah. Anyway, we'll get into that, but you can see here this is just so beautiful overall. But I'm really astounded that this note has as low of a grade as it does. And again, I'm not a super currency guy. This is something I'm getting into, and I'm enjoying. So if people want to try to explain it to me, it does have the EPQ, the exceptional paper quality. But this note is graded only extremely fine 40. And when I read the PMG and PCGS, they talk about 3 major folds on the note, and I just don't see it. But I'll do a video on that one later. Okay, so our last one is a coin. I recently picked this coin up. This is a common date 1885 Philadelphia, but I just had to purchase this. I wanted one example of a monster toned Morgan. I did not really have one, and when I saw this come down in price, the original price on this coin was, I think, $899 for a buy it now, and that was last fall. that this came up. I think it was more like December, I guess I should say. But anyway, um, and it just started dropping over the months, and it came down to a price that I was comfortable with. I will say I paid up on this coin, a little bit more than I usually would do, but I wanted a really nice example of a monster toned Morgan, and this seems to have like pretty much every color you could want on a Morgan dollar, and I think I did okay. Um, it is graded by CACG. It has a decent grade on it. I'm going to hold the grade back because I'm gonna put this coin up on Morgan Dollar Mondays. So I hope you do come and check that out when I do put it up on Morgan Dollar Mondays. For those of you who don't know, I have Morgan Dollar Mondays every Monday. Oh, I guess I just spoiled the grade there. But anyway, it's a nice grade. But please come check it out on Morgan Dollar Mondays when I put it up. But I just can't get over how the quality of that. Well, everybody, thanks so much for joining me today. And until we meet again, stay safe and continue to enjoy.